All right, so we've now had three different metrics. We've looked at population, we've looked at home price growth, and we've looked at median income. Let's look at number 4. And number 4 is right here. And that is, whoops, next one. And that is change in crime level. So when I was looking at this, I use a statistical, well, I used to use a statistical analysis called R. Now you can do this on the web in Tableau. And R would basically, it allows you to enter two pieces of data or two sets of data and basically say, what is the correlation between these two? A high correlation is a number close to 1. So if the correlation is 0.99, you can say these two things are very highly correlated. If the number is 0.5, well, there's a little bit of a correlation there, but they're not really that correlated. Now, so when I started looking at crime and trying to correlate it with real estate profits, right? So you get real estate profits from a place like Zillow by looking at how much home prices increase over time. So that shows your profit. And then what you do is you're looking at crime in that city. There was very low correlation. It was maybe like 0.5, 0.6. And I wanted something that was 0.9, 0.95, very as close to 1 as I could get. After a lot of fiddling, what I realized is that profits in real estate are not correlated to crime. You can have plenty of profits in high crime cities. They're correlated to change in crime. If crime goes down in a city over time, profits go up. And it sort of makes sense, but it took me a while to figure that out because I was just like, wait a minute, Memphis is a high crime city. Therefore, you can't make money there. Oakland is a high crime city. And it turns out Oakland, Memphis, I'm not saying they're good cities to invest in, but they may be fine as long as their crime stays stable. If it goes up, that's bad. If it comes down, well, it needs to come down at a certain speed. And that's what this number on the screen is, below 450. Because on that same page that we were there a second ago, city dash data, on that same page, there is a crime table. Let's go look at it. I'm going to go back to Columbus, by the way. So let's go to Columbus. Oops. I'm going to scroll, and I'm going to keep scrolling for a little while until I see a blue table. Blue table. There. And I'm going to make this a little bit bigger because I want to see as many years as possible. Oops. And bigger. There. Now, you notice I'm going to make it a little bit smaller because I actually want to see more rows. There. All right. So now if you look at the screen, it's showing you data all the way to 2020. So unfortunately, crime data is a little bit out of date. And it's showing you data as early as 2007. Now, one of the coolest things about Columbus, and this is, by the way, highly correlated with education. You might say, why is one of your numbers not education? Well, firstly, you're buying this property for rentals, and renters care a lot less about education than people that are buying these homes to live in them. But what you might find is I do have education in my list. Education is inversely proportional with crime. As education levels go up, crime goes down. So I've factored in education through change in crime. Now, I want you to ignore all of the numbers in this table, the murders, the rapes, the robberies, the assaults. Ignore all of those. Just look at the last line, the blue one. Last one. This is the city data crime index. It's very similar to other crime indexes, right? And so you can see it's got a number. And this number, you want this number to be lower than 450. And you also want it to be smoothly decreasing. Lower than 450 and smoothly decreasing. But not this number, because that's 2007. You want to look at the latest number, and you notice Columbus is now lower than 450. So this has been a very sketchy, high crime city that has evolved through education and healthcare investments over the last 20 years. And it's gone very smoothly from 673, 624, 591, 582, 567, 513 into the 400s, 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 and now into the 300s. You see how there's a slow, but not slow, a reasonably quick decline in crime because we went from 673 to 376. That's low. I mean, any city that's below 450 for crime is doing really well. But once again, it's not the number, it's the decline in crime. So from the left side to the right side of the blue line, you want to see numbers dropping. Because if they stay the same, even if it's low crime, you're not going to get the same benefits for your real estate investment. You need to see a decline over time. And you might say, really, can cities keep going down? Yeah, there's cities in the US where the number is 200. 200. That's right. All right, so that's number 4. And you can also plug crime in here, real focus 1. So you can basically plug in, what was the number for Columbus? Let's take a look again. So it was 376 and 673. So I'm going to plug in 376, and you're going to notice the cell will say green, and this number is 630, 673. And look at that change. Look at that crime reduction over 15 years. That's huge, 297. If this number was even 200, that's a lot of crime reduction. That's a lot of not so good people leaving and good people moving in. So once again, a good city to invest in because it meets the real focuses. All right, that's real focus number 4. And let's finish off with the final real focus.